Good morning, Mojave Wildcats. Mr. Osmussen coming to you from the gymnasium. We often have a lot of sports analogies when we're talking about the things that we do. And my sports analogy today is finish strong. This game is not over. We have one last week to go. Run it through the finish line, dig deep, pull it out of your shoes so that way you can make those final shots, all of that. Play the full 60 minutes, right? Those are all those sports analogies that sometimes we use to encourage ourselves to finish strong no matter what the topic is. Today our topic is school, and we are going to finish this final week strong. Boys and girls, this is the last week of lessons. Get all of your work in by Friday, May 15th. That's your finish line, boys and girls. Don't crawl to the finish line. Run through that finish line. Pull it out, get the grit, get it done this week. Now, we also know that what you're doing is asynchronistic learning. So the teachers drop those lessons on their time. You look at them on your own time. You complete them at any time and turn them in. But there's going to have to be an end to something, right? And that is on May 19th. All that work has got to be in. All your makeup stuff, everything's got to be in, because the teachers have to close their books and they're going to have final grades coming up on May 20th. That doesn't mean save yourself and save all your work until the 19th. What it means is finish strong now. Get the work in before Friday, so that way you don't have to worry about any type of coursework over next weekend. It's your safety net. That's all next weekend is your safety net. Don't use it if you don't need it. Get the work done now. Huddle up, right? And get the work done. All right, speaking of grades, as a reminder, the safety net is in place for you. So your third quarter grade in that class is as low as your grade can go as long as you've been participating. And I'm going to get the feeling that if you're watching morning announcements and you've been keeping up, you've been participating, you have the safety net that your grade is not going to go any lower than your third quarter grades. But let's think about that differently. Instead of saying, oh, my grade can't go lower, let's finish strong and talk about how high those grades can get. So there's no ceiling on how high your grades can go. There's only a floor on how low they can go if you've been participating. And again, our participation rates at Mojave have been high. And by the very fact that you're watching this, I'm assuming that you've been participating, so you're going to be in great shape. I also don't want us to worry about grades. I'm not too hung up on, 75%, 85%, 92%, or A's and B's. I'm not hung up on that. What I'm hung up on is, did you show perseverance? Because that's a skill that's going to help you not only through this marking period during pandemic learning, but that's a skill that you're going to carry with you the rest of your life. What is your work ethic? Do you get up and get it done, or are you one that procrastinates and, then I just put in, some of my effort goes into it? If you've got a strong work ethic, that's going to be a skill that's going to get you through not only pandemic teaching and learning, but that's going to get you through high school. That's going to get you through college. That's going to get you through next year. Those are the types of things you should be thinking about. What's your attitude toward learning? Hey, life gives us lemons, and if your attitude is to turn them into lemonades, that's a life skill that you're going to carry with you next year and into the next set of schooling, be it secondary education or higher education when you go off to college. It's not about the grades, it's about, your behaviors when it comes to teaching and learning. Were you able to stay organized? Those kinds of things. All right, boys and girls, let's talk about something else. When life gives you lemons and you make lemonade, well, my next challenge for you is, what have you been making at home for your comfort food? My wife, Terry, has been making, every week, she makes me some Rice Krispie treats because I love Rice Krispie treats. And two, that's just the ultimate comfort food. They're great for breakfast, they're great for a snack, they're great for lunch, they're great for my evening snack. I love the Rice Krispie treats. What have you been making? Have you been making bread? That's a big thing right now. Cookies, making cakes. Have you been trying to keep yourself healthy and making healthier snacks? Check out my Instagram this week because I'm going to show you some of the things that I've been doing in the kitchen, and I'd like to know what you've been doing in the kitchen. Our winners for last week are Annabelle, Zoe, and Sarah. Congratulations to those 3 students. I'm going to be getting the gift cards this afternoon, putting them in the mail, and with any luck from the United States Postal Service, they will be getting their gift cards on Wednesday. My next announcement is for our 8th grade students. 8th graders, here I also am in the gymnasium where we typically would celebrate your promotion, your rising from elementary education to secondary education to high school. And I miss you terribly. Here we are again alone, echoing in the gymnasium. But don't worry, we've got some good plans for you. The entire community wants to come out and celebrate you. Our 8th grade promotion car parade will take place on Thursday, May 21st at 8 o'clock in the morning. And the very first car will be queued up, pointed south on 86th Street at the corner of 86th and Jackrabbit, getting ready to make that right-hand turn and then turning into the Mojave parking lot for our 8th grade celebration for our 8th grade students promoting to high school. And again, the entire community is coming out. We've got a DJ, we've got horses, we've got fire trucks, we've got the community coming together to celebrate you, our 8th grade students who have showed perseverance all the way through this 4th quarter and the 3 years before when you were here at Mojave Middle School. Also, boys and girls, we're going to be picking up your books. On May 18th and May 19th, I'm going to ask your parents, an adult from your home, to come to school with your belongings. So please start looking underneath your beds, start looking in the nightstand, start looking in the living room, start looking out in the back seat of the car, start finding all of the things that belong to Mojave Middle School. That could be your library books, that could be a novel you're reading for English language arts. You might have a social studies books. We don't have a lot of textbooks that are checked out here at Mojave, but if you do, of course, we want them back. You could have a choir dress, you might have a tuxedo, you might have a bow tie, you might have an athletic uniform, you might have your running singlet from cross country. I want you to look around your house, find anything that belongs to the school, get it into a gigantic pile, and you're going to have one adult from your family is going to deliver that to Mojave on either May 18th or May 19th. We want to get those belongings back to Mojave. So many announcements will come out for moms and dads so they know how to do that process, but they need your help. They need you to get those items put together, found into a pile, so that way when their time frame comes to deliver those items that they can. And then last but not least, for our 8th grade students as we wrap up the year, in addition to the car parade, we're going to get out there some speeches on YouTube, and we also want to put together a tribute of all of the pictures of our 8th grade students. So if you've not yet sent your picture of you to Ms. Vermonic, that's not a requirement, by the way, this is all voluntary, and if you wanted to get a picture of you to Mrs. Vermonic, please do so soon so we can put together the tribute video to you. Boys and girls, I wish you a great last week of the quarter. Finish strong. It's not just about the grades, it's about your attitude, it's about your perseverance, it's about your willingness to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and get it done. You've continued to stay well, I know that. I hope that you're staying safe and healthy out there. And as always, stay mighty, Mojave.